What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it is our lives. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your life wherever you are. So you are welcome. I'm sharing with us what I titled Think Life. Think Life. When you are asked what is life, what is your answer to what is life? Don't let anyone confuse you with what is written or other people's opinion or that. So when you know better, you know, you speak the truth you know. You do, demonstrate the truth you know because you are no longer a believer. Believers believe without research. Believers believe without knowing. Believers believe without seeing. That's what makes them schizophrenic. They are stupid. That's why they believe without seeing. They tell them they are blessed. It's empty word. When somebody say you are blessed or they are blessed, it's empty words. You cannot be blessed and pay your bills. You cannot be blessed and take care of of yourself or solve your problems. Look at black people who always claim to be blessed. Look at Africans who always claim to be blessed and tell me what is the meaning of blessing. Blessing or cursing, they are empty words. You don't need anyone to bless you, you don't need anyone to curse you. If you are woke, like woke African, you know that no African who is practicing belief that can curse you because they can never stand. You are above them. So welcome. Think life. When you think life, you must think nature. Nature is life. Life is nature. Life is natural. Life is not spirit. Life is not spiritual. Life is not religion. Life is not religious. So you need to think life because you are the life. You are not a gift. You are not here by accident. No. You are here because you are nature. If you are not nature, you won't be here. And you have the ability or the powers to create things, to make things, to give birth to things. That's what makes you different from creatures. Creatures don't have life. Creatures are not life. Creatures cannot give birth. Creatures like God, creatures, like things that don't have life in them, things that man made, they cannot last, but life is forever. I want you to know that life has is like a coin that have two sides. The other side is birth. The other side is death. So I want you to begin to think because when you think life, you must think nature, and when you think nature, you must think Africa. Let me say it again. When you think life, you must think nature. And when you think nature, you must think Africa. That's why Africans are called Akebulam. That's the first, they answer, how the people see them, as who they really are. They are the original people before the creation of Yahweh, before the creation of Genesis, before the creation of Adam and Eve, before the creation of any God. Africans are the Akebulam, the mother of mankind, the cradle of mankind, the source of mankind, which when they look at us, they say, this is Garden of Eden. The Bible Garden of Eden, you know, I want you to understand this. Like, see Adam and Eve like Africans and the foreigners. Yes. See the story of Adam and Eve as what? Africans and what? Foreigners. The same way they tell you that Eve opened the eyes of Adam, that's the same way they lie to you that the Europeans or the white people open our eyes, brought civilization to us. But remember, they tell you that Eve also caused the downfall of Adam. Who caused the downfall of Africa? Who caused the downfall of Africans? Who enslaved Africans? Why is Africans still suffering today? you will understand that the Bible has nothing to do with history, but fabricated stories, fabricated history. There's no truth from Genesis to Revelation. There's no truth both inside and outside the Bible. They all are lies. So spiritual and religious people, they are obsessed with death and the afterlife. They don't care about life. Somebody put it this way. He said that um, the Egyptians or the ancient Africans were obsessed with life, not with death, because they will tell you, our ancestors tell you that, say that death is an illusion. So understand that you shouldn't fear death. Why are you afraid of dying? Because they have been indoctrinated us, conditioned us, brainwashed us to think death, fear death. We think death is our end. So we don't know about life that we are. We have no beginning, we have no ending. There is no force that can create us, and there's no force that can end us. We are indestructible, and we cannot be created. It doesn't matter how you try to confuse yourself with the beliefs flying everywhere, all those beliefs that people made up centuries ago or in the time immemorial, and people believe it as the truth. It's not. No matter how you present fiction, it can never be factual. No matter how you present lie, it can never become the truth. Yes, the majority of people believe it to be the truth, doesn't make it the truth. When you research it, when you judge it, when you scrutinize it, you will find out there is no truth in that lie. That's why it is called belief. Spirituality is a belief system. You Africans, stop deluding yourself with the so-called spirituality. Of course, spirituality is not even African word. And when African is talking about maybe when you die, you become a spirit, it is a myth. It's not the truth. That your ancestors worship God doesn't mean God exists. That your ancestors believe certain things doesn't mean they are true. You have your own brain, and you are those ancestors you're talking about. Why not develop what you started? That's why they treating us the way they treat us, because we still, we still think being slave is a great thing. Don't, okay, I'm not slave of men, but I'm slave of God. No, there's no higher being. Have you seen any higher being higher than you? Have you seen any higher being greater than you? Have you seen any higher being wiser than you? Have you seen any higher being that can provide anyone's need? You haven't seen it, but you still believe the lie. Yeah, there is God. There is higher being. There's a supreme being doing what for you? Doing what for anyone? Only for you to believe and feel that fake relief that, okay, at least I belong to something. At least I believe something. You don't supposed to belong to anything or anyone. And you don't supposed to believe anything or anyone. There to know. These people depend on people around them, yet they turn around and claim that they are children of God, the supreme being that solves their problem, that sees all things. Why should you fear a God that cannot, give you at least one square meal a day? They wrote a book full of lies and tell you that, when you call on him, he will answer you. Then you should ask for your daily bread. He said, if you ask, you will receive. Your family, yourself, your entire generations has been praying, yet that God has not provided for them. It is you people going to hustle, going to struggle, going to make it, putting food on your table, putting clothes on your back, putting roof over your head. Yet every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday, you keep lying to yourself that there is a God you worship that provides for you. Show me where that God provides for you. I will tell you how a liar you are. It doesn't matter who you are. You depend on people around you in your time of need. You cry, they heard and come to your rescue. You say, oh, God have answered your prayer. Okay, let me ask you, a prostitute, stand at the corner of the street and say, oh God, please, I need a customer. and the man comes around and pick her up and go and have great time with her and pay her. Is that God answered prayer? No, you will say, no, it's not. God has not evil. Because you don't know that God is the source of evil. There is no prayer works. It's not any God doing anything. If a prostitute dress up and come for business, men that are available also will pick her up. It has nothing to do whether she pray or not. The same thing happens in your business. Look at people doing business. Don't you see that when they are getting ready, they're going for war? The business place, the place you are doing business, that's a war zone. That's why you fight over customers with your neighbor, because you want to be the one that they will buy from. Sometimes you try to lower the price. Sometimes you lie. You say or do all manner of things just for that customer to become your customer, not any other person else customer in that market. Go to where Igbo people are doing business, no matter where you call it. I mean, in Africa, you see it's a war zone. And that's why you see under their receipt, no refund of money after payment. You don't do that in America. And when they sell bad thing to you, you want to return it, they say, okay, give it to us. When we sell it, we give you the money. They can never sell it. They can never sell it and give you the money. For where? But they are the people that will come and tell you, God is there blessing us. God is there. Go to where they are doing business. You see how they lie to make a dime. How they deceive their fellow human being just to make money. Yet they will tell you, no, my hands are clean. And blood money, blood money. If you are doing business, you don't have any clean money. You know what is business? That's corruption too. But mainly because we have, many things they have loaded us with. We think they are right. Okay, because majority of people are doing it. Do you know the reason why you see women happy to be married? Because they have been subjugated, enslaved. Marriage is slavery. No matter how you try to redefine it, it is slavery. It is for ownership. But you see people obsessed with it and they think it's the right way. You see women even fighting to get married. You are fighting to become a slave to a man, to produce children for the man. Okay, see how they're trying to change all those things like in America or developed countries. Okay, now, before, originally, it is only the woman that wears the marriage ring. It is not the man, because that's the sign of ownership. It means a man owns her. They bought her already. And you are bought at a price. That's why they get this. It's called bride price. After a man bought you at a price, you want your freedom now. You don't talk to me like that. You don't treat me as your furniture. Don't treat me as your slave. That's what you are. If you are married to a man, according to marriage. Even in America, where they don't pay bride price, they still tell you to go to City Hall. You must pay for them to marry two of you. You must pay. You pay them. But you don't need marriage to have sex. You don't need marriage to have children. You don't need it. But those things are things they want you to be obsessed with. And because you're obsessed with it, you think it's the right thing. And you are even happy to be enslaved. You're happy to be suffering. You're happy to be conditioned. You're happy to be imprisoned. You're happy because of some stupid sentiments that people made up. You think if you're married, you're better than those who are not married. But I'm happy that there's this generation coming up. They don't care. They want to have children, but they don't want to marry. That's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be free to have children. Not telling me, you must do this, you must pay this, you must pay that, for you to have a woman to sleep with, for you to have children. No. They corrupt. When I say corrupt, I mean spiritual and religious people. They want us to think not life. They don't want us to think about life. That's why they tell you, oh, life is grass. Life is like grass. Life is like vapor. It's not. Life is greater than whatever you have been taught about life, especially you. You are greater than your teachers. You are greater than your gods. You are greater than your doctrines. You are greater than whatever they have heaped in you. You must offload those things. Now you are woke. So I listed eight things here they want you to think about. The first one is they want you to think God, not life. That's why they will tell you that God is the giver of life. God is life. God created you. No, understand that you are not a creature at all. And no God is a creator. No God can create anything. God cannot create anything. Creatures don't create. It is the living beings that create. That's why you see birds make their nest. No God can make anything. That's why you see people building the house of God. No God can create anything. No God can make anything. Whether it's in religion or in spirituality, it's the same bullshit. They want you to think God. There is God. God created it. There is a creator. Creation. You are not a creature. And the things you see are not creation of any God. Think life, think nature, think Africa. Don't think God. And you begin to see your real self. You don't need to consult anyone to know yourself. If you can engage your brain, think about you. You will see how great you are and how those things that have to do with faith and beliefs limits you as a human being. Also, they want you to think Lord after life. They don't want you to think about this life. That's why they tell you that this life is corrupt, this life is evil, this life is wicked, this life is blah, blah. No. That's why they tell you this life is unfair. No. This life is fair. This life is great. When you walk, you understand it. I like the way one of our brothers, Amadi, said that in a voice recording in our WhatsApp group. He says he's giving testimony. You know, things that used to be like it's too hard for him to handle before, now he handles them easily. That is because his work. He's no longer thinking as a believer. He's no longer thinking as a Christian he was born and raised to be like. Now he has departed from that way his parents raised him to be, that slavery way, that lying way, that falsehood way, as all of us we are the victim of. But you see, we have departed from it, so we have breaking that their spell over our lives, according to Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6, saying, train a child in the way he should go, so if he grow up, he will not depart from it. I'm no longer a child, I'm a grown man now. I've departed from Christianity, departed from spirituality, departed from religion, departed from anything God. They want you to think about afterlife. The world after life, not this world. That's why when you go to their villages, they have bad roads, they have bad government. Nothing is working as it's supposed to. They even sell their land to send their people abroad to go make money. You see the native doctors, they are making juju for you to travel abroad so that whatever you do will prosper. Do you see Chinese people? Do you see Americans? Do you see Europeans consulting anyone to travel to Africa for them to make money? No, they go to Africa to steal, kill, and destroy. Do you see them doing business, taking our gold, taking our oil, taking our diamonds? And that is the real God they worship. They know that the God is in Africa, nowhere else. That is what is called the thick darkness, where their God was. But they gave you a God that is in heaven that does not exist. They want you to think afterlife. Afterlife is a scam. There's no such thing like afterlife. I mean, in the religious context. When you're talking about afterlife, you're talking also about after death. Afterlife, there's no afterlife. It's after birth and after death. There is no such thing like afterlife. Life is life. Life has no beginning, it has no ending. There's no before life and there's no afterlife. What we have is after birth and after death. And we have before birth and before death. But life does not die. It cannot die. It cannot be destroyed. Come on. Understand your life and nobody will defraud you again. In the name of any, there's a word, when you die, where will you go? Before you die, where are you? And before you were born, where were you? They make you to ignore that one. They say afterlife. Okay, if you give to the poor, you are giving to God, who will bless you in afterlife. When you do well, you'll be blessed in afterlife. No, it's not. That's why they teach you to love your enemies. That's why they teach you not to resist evil people. That's why they teach you to be submissive to government that are so evil to you. Also, they want you to think education, school system. That's what they want you to think. Oh, you think now educated person is smarter than you, or the smartest people are the educated ones. It's a lie. At least look at the America and see what is happening, or look at the condition of your country. Educated people are running your country, especially in Africa. Show me their exploit. Let me see. The educated people has destroyed this world. So we need uneducated people, intelligent people to fix it, because they will never fix it. It's benefiting them. How do you expect them to fix it? No. They can throw you some crumbs and they continue their evil. That's how they deceive you. I will still talk about that when it comes to entertainment. So they want you to think education. You see, even people that cannot feed themselves, yet they spend a whole lot of money to train somebody in school. So what happened to trade? What happened to handwork? Something you can do and still live your life. You believe if you are not educated, if you didn't attend school, you will not make it in life. Your life will be soft. It's a lie. That thing is a lie. Look at Igbo people before. We used to hear made in Igbo or Igbo made. Today, do you hear it again? No. Why? Igbo people become too educated and they are facing now, I want to make quick money. Before, at least any man you say has money in Igbo land, you will hear about his factory or his business. Mr. Okonkwo and Sons, Nigeria Limited. And I'm happy we are removing that Nigeria Limited, because it's true, Nigeria have limited Igbo people. But think about it. Today, you see people living their life like without education, they don't have brain. Without education, they don't know what to do. Without education, they don't know how to grow food. Without education, but look at the birds. They don't attend any school. They are living well, building their nests very strong. Go find any bird nest and begin to break them. You see how strong it is. You can't even build a strong house anymore today. But before, we used to use clay to build strong houses and everybody was living well. But today, do you know how much it costs to build a house? My coworker was telling me she has already spent almost 20 million and her own children send 15 million just to build one-story building in the village. So what if you don't have such money? And we are living in a time you see people that have such money, that are intimidating people that don't have. But you shouldn't be intimidated because you don't have money. No, if you don't have money, have things you are doing. People that have money will look for you. I like the way Pericoma put it. He said that if you don't have money, have charm. Now you don't have money, you don't have charm. Yes, that's why you are vulnerable. That's why you are stupid. That's why they are turning you anyhow. That's why you see the policemen, the army men, they come beating you anyhow. They slap you. You cannot do anything. But okay, you don't have money. They have money. They have weapons. If you have your charm, those things that, when they come close to you, something they don't expect will happen to them, they will respect you. If you go to their meeting, they will not insult you. You have your charm, you come to their meeting, they will not intimidate you with their money, because you can tell them, all of them keep quiet. But you don't think in that direction anymore, because they want you to think about education, school. Our native daughters, our traditional people, sending their children to Western schools and expecting what to happen? Those your children to grow up and fix the land? No, they will grow up ending up being slaves also, just like you. The fourth thing they want you to think is sports. Before growing up, we think sports is just normal thing, things we do to help ourselves, to entertain ourselves free of charge. You see how they're betting today. You see people glued to their TV screen about some game, especially in soccer or all this football going on. You think that, oh, I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm this thing fan. It's because of the bet, most of them. It's the old school people you see that are just watching it because they used to play it and they like it, so they have a team that's supporting all that. But you see the new generation, the pool they used to mock people that play pool in Nigeria in those days. But today, bet Niger, bet Fuse, bet this, bet that, bet there is betting. It has become a normal thing. They have normalized it. And that's why you don't see youth now trying to invest in agriculture. You don't even need much money like that to invest in agriculture. All you need is to continue doing what you're doing, producing your food, feeding yourself, and feeding those around you. And you can even also make money from it. But no, 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 no. I'm going to abroad to make money. I come that land, I will build mansion there. I will show them I have made it. You know, I will collect chieftaincy title. Opato Zuora, Onwan and Ka. Hey, yeah, yeah. That's what they have today in Africa. You see poor people suffering, but they can't wait for that game. They still want to bait. Spurs, somebody said that when Rome was falling, he said they were using the circles, where they entertain the people, to distract the people. They think, oh no, they are still standing. But things are going on under the ground. Ask yourself why all these billionaires or millionaires are investing in sports. You think it's just money. You are joking. It's part of distracting the masses. Okay, even if you are planning to do something before for the situation in your land, game is coming on tomorrow. Oh, I must watch that game. Oh, the GOAT. Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, no, it's my Messi. Oh, no, Drogba. Oh, no. They must have somebody that is driving the increase that make them forget this important thing now. Just face this entertainment because it's part of entertainment. So you see them better. The fifth thing they want you to think is entertainment, as I'm saying, like that sports and this one now is music. Music. Oh man, this another way many people see. Have you ever think recently that the whole world, African musicians and music is like booming, especially like in America? Ask yourself why. Last year, I visited our people where we play soccer every Saturday. And they said that, young people were saying that they said, at least the only thing Africans or Nigerians are good at is music, entertainment. Do you see the white people competing with the black people when it comes to music? Mm-mm. Do you see them competing with the black people when it comes to sports? Mm-mm. No, they're using black people. Oh, you have the strength to do that. You know how to do that one. Okay. But when it comes to science, do you see them consulting or talking anything about Africa? No. If there's any scientist that know what he's doing in Africa, what do? They take that person. They buy that person. They come with all manner of promises. Of course, their place is better. Who will not go? Where is Philip Emeagwali today? The Igbo man who is the father of the internet as we speak. The reason why you can see me, I can see you, wherever you are today in this world, internet. The father of it, Philip Emeagwali, Igbo man, where is he living? Why not at least let Nigerian government say that we can spend everything we have to get this guy to make this thing available for our people? Will they do that? No. They will use the money to go and buy expensive cars, build expensive houses. Then they keep borrowing money from China, borrowing money from Europe, borrowing money from America, whatever. You know how they do all that business. That's why you see them. Their music, Ijele, Bado, all that. And you see how people glue to them like, if you want to talk the real thing about these people, they be, oh, leave them alone. Go. Mr. Donald, what do they do in Mecca? I don't know. They do sports everywhere. Music and all that. And you see people, boom, rushing there. They are entertaining you, but entertainment is not enlightenment. No matter how they sing, they just want the money. Think. Okay, I think let me talk on that, Donald. Yeah, Africans go to Mecca and Jerusalem, right? They go to Rome, spending money for pilgrimage. Hmm? Okay, do you see white people going to Africa for pilgrimage? White people going to Nigeria for pilgrimage? Mm-mm. Do you see them going to to any part of Africa? You know, when they go to Egypt, you know what they go to Egypt to do. So they already have their business booming there. They're already taking the land. So the real Africans are not the present day Egyptians you see today. But do you see why people, the way Africans go for pilgrimage, even governments in Africa map out money for pilgrimage every year. So people in Mecca, people in Rome, people in Jerusalem that are not Africans, they are the ones Africans are going there, spending their money to be there. They will pay for hotel stay, they will pay for food. It's business, it's tourism where they make business. But Africa, all the entertainment, where are your musicians today? They're living in America, they're living in Europe. That's where they're living, that's where they're making even more money. The same way your pastors travel to America to have program, but they won't travel to Mecca to have program because that's where they're making money. Let them go and make that noise anywhere that is not a Christian country. Let's see. They will never try that. But understand, they want you to think entertainment. They want you to think sports. They want you to think music. They want you to think, celebrities and all that they made up. So you see yourself dying to it, speaking about it. How about your life? What do you think about yourself? The life you are living, is that what is supposed to be? What do you think about all these sufferings you have been suffering all these years? Or you believe you will pray and they will go out, God will do something, things will happen. Okay. The sixth thing, they want you to think holy book. When I say holy book, they want you to think there is something or believe there is something called Word of God. There's no such thing as Word of God. For you to say a book is holy is an insult to your intelligence. How can you tell me a book is holy and you are not? Then you are praying to be holy, where you already said that this book is holy, already holy, so nothing can make it unholy. But you believe you can be holy and unholy. So you are holy now. They ask you to do things to remain holy. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Do this. If you give to the poor, you are lending to the Lord. When you give to the poor, you are building a mansion for yourself in heaven, or you are creating wealth for you in heaven, treasure in heaven. So that's why they want you. That's why they say, where your treasure is, there your heart will be. So what is the treasure they gave to you? Heaven at last. God is in heaven. Jesus is in heaven. Holy Ghost is in heaven. Heaven is full of glorious place. That's what they want you to think. Holy book. The seventh thing they want you to think is what? The unthinkable. That's another one. Unthinkable. They want you to think unthinkable. That's why you see us living in the fear of the unknown. Unthinkable may happen. Yeah, no God can judge you. At least look at the cases around you to know who is the judge. God is not the judge. It is people who are the judge. And that's why you have your brain to judge. Nobody have two heads. Nobody have more brain than you. All of us have brain. All you need to do is to engage it, use it to judge things. Because they make you to think the unthinkable. That's why you defend the indefensible. As a believer, you are defending what you cannot prove, what no one has proven. They gave you the book that tell you no one has seen God at any time at all. Yet you are defending it. There is God. There is God. When you say there is God, it means somebody has seen God. But there is no one that has seen God at any time. And when you say there is God, that God's supposed to show up. I'm not asking you not to show up. Stop showing up for any God. Let that God show up. If that God is real, you are real. I didn't say you don't exist. I said God does not exist. Your God don't exist. So why are you the one showing up to defend that God? Because that God is indefensible. You can't defend God. God does not exist. God is worthless. God is useless to you in this life. So stop believing or stop thinking the unthinkable. What will happen when I die? What if I die and there is God? No, you don't need to die for you to know there is God or there's no God. You can do that now. Engage your brain. The last thing they want you to think about, which majority of us, even the woke people, yet they are yet to see in that angle, is what? Money. They want you to think money. Remember, two things the slave master used to keep the slaves enslaved is God and money. That's why they tell you cannot serve God and money. They gave you God and money to serve them because it's either you're serving God or you're serving money. You are still playing their script. So you see our people now believing money is the ultimate. Money is the greatest. Without money, life is useless. Without money, life is meaningless. Without money, life is hard. No, life is not hard. Never. Nothing can make life hard. Life is life. You are suffering in life because maybe your parents make some wrong decisions or you make some wrong decisions. It has nothing to do with life. Oh, life bring this to me. Life don't bring anything. Life is life, and life is living. Live your life. You were born to live, explore, and enjoy your life. It is time you begin to engage your brain. Engage your brain. Today, many of you believe that money can buy everything. Money don't supposed to buy anything for you in the first place. We're supposed to be living in this world, enjoying life, enjoying everything. We walk, we see the fruit of our labor, we enjoy. That's how it's supposed to be. But they want you to believe everything, believe. If you believe, you are blessed. Believe. Don't question. No, no, no. We are living in a time when people buy everything and invent nothing, especially we black people, we Africans, because we are slaves. You see us buying everything. We buy house today. We buy land today. We buy food today. What happened to our land? What happened to our food? What happened to our house that we used to build without money? We built it from scratch to completion without money. Because in nature we have everything we need to build. We don't need to buy. It is corruption that brought in this money transaction with all this banking system we have today, where they're giving you money on interest. Africans weren't borrowing money or anything to another with interest. No, I need this pen, but I have this mouse. I can tell you, okay, we can exchange. Or you borrow me your pen. After when I get back, I will give back to you. You not tell me, okay, when you bring it back, you're gonna bring 2 pen, or you're gonna bring 1.5 pen. That is corruption. And many of us are living it as the right way to live, but it's not. So they want you to think money instead of thinking nature, thinking life, thinking you. You are thinking about money. Today, without money, it is obvious. You see, many people are confused. They don't know what life is all about. I'm asking you, I'm urging you to think life. Life is nature. Life is not unfair. Life is not a gift. Life is not blood. Life is not bread. Life is not grass. Life is not good and evil. Life is not confusion. Life is life. Period. To think life is to think you. You. Put you first. Don't put any God before you or after you. Put you first. Not what they want you to think about life. Not what they want you to believe about life. Think about you. You can know better than they taught you. Trust God, trust religion, trust beliefs, and believe humanly. Enjoy your life. God